Hello everyone and welcome back to Master English channel, where learning English is very simple and natural. I am Sarah.
And hello everyone, I am Kevin, so happy to be here with you today.
You are talking and suddenly your mind goes blank.
We all know that feeling. Today, we fix it.
25 phrases that buy you time and keep the conversation smooth.
After today, silence will never feel scary again.
Our first group is called Stalling with a Smile. These are the phrases you use right at the start when you need just a moment before you answer.
Let me think.
When someone asks you a question and you need a second, you say, "Let me think." It sounds calm and confident.
I use this one every single day. It never sounds awkward.
Good one. Next.
That is a good question.
When a question catches you off guard, you say, "That is a good question." It buys you time and makes the other person feel valued.
And people genuinely love hearing this. It always lands well.
Perfect. Next.
Let me see.
When you're working out an answer, you say, let me see." The alone already signals thinking.
The alone already buys you a second.
Exactly right. Next.
Give me a moment.
When you need a little more time, you say, "Give me a moment." People always respect it.
It signals your answer is worth waiting for.
Love that. Next.
How do I put this?
When the words aren't coming easily, you say, "How do I put this?" It buys you time and sounds very thoughtful.
It sounds like you really care about your words.
5 down. Great work, everyone.
Group 2, thinking out loud.
These phrases show the other person you're working through your answer, which always feels very natural.
Well, the thing is,
When you need to explain something, you say, "Well, the thing is," and your thoughts follow naturally.
I use this one more than I realize.
Good. Next.
To be honest with you,
When you want to sound genuine while buying a second, you say, "To be honest with you," and your real answer follows.
it makes everything that follows sound sincere.
Next one.
That's a tricky one.
When a question is genuinely difficult, you say, "That's a tricky one." It shows you're taking it seriously.
And sometimes things really are tricky.
Exactly. Next.
I've never really thought about that.
When a question surprises you, you say, "I've never really thought about that." A very natural moment to gather your thoughts.
It shows the other person their question is interesting.
Next one.
Where do I even begin?
When something is big to explain, you say, "Where do I even begin?" Take a breath, then start.
People always lean in when they hear this.
If you're enjoying this so far, please like this video.
And subscribe to Master English channel. You do not want to miss our next lesson.
And share it with one friend who's learning English. It means everything to us. Thank you.
Okay, back to the phrases. This next group is my personal favorite.
Group 3 is called Asking for a Little Help. Sometimes the best way to buy time is to ask the other person for a small thing. These phrases do exactly that.
Could you say that again?
When you need to hear something again, you say, "Could you say that again?" It gives you extra time to prepare.
And it's completely normal to ask. Nobody minds at all.
Perfect. Next.
What do you mean exactly?
When a question is broad or unclear, you say, "What do you mean exactly?" The other person explains and you gain extra time.
You end up with a better question too.
Good one. Next.
Can you give me an example?
When a topic is abstract, you say, "Can you give me an example?" While they talk, you think through your answer.
The other person talks while you prepare.
Exactly. Next.
What makes you ask that?
When a question surprises you, you say, "What makes you ask that?" It buys time and shows genuine interest.
Shows genuine interest too. Very smooth.
Love it. Next.
That is interesting. Tell me more.
When you want to redirect briefly, you say, "That is interesting. Tell me more." A full moment to collect your thoughts.
And people love talking about themselves, so this one always works.
Group 3 done. This gets better and better.
Group 4, slowing things down.
These phrases slow the pace of the conversation naturally so you never feel rushed.
Let me put it this way.
When you want to reframe your answer, you say, "Let me put it this way." Then take your time.
It also makes your answer sound organized and thoughtful.
Good. Next.
That depends on what you mean.
When a question has more than one answer, you say, "That depends on what you mean." It opens things up while giving you extra seconds.
It also makes the question more precise.
Next one.
I want to make sure I understand you correctly.
When something's important, you say, "I want to make sure I understand you correctly." It shows care and gives you more time.
It shows you take them seriously.
Next one.
Can I think about that for a second?
When you need more than a moment, you say, "Can I think about that for a second?" Always honest and always respected.
Honesty always works here.
Perfect. Last in this group.
That is something I feel strongly about.
When a question asks for your opinion, you say, "That is something I feel strongly about." Your real thoughts start forming as you say it.
Signals that a real answer is coming.
4 groups done. 1 more to go.
Last group, keeping it real.
These are the most honest and casual phrases, the ones that make you sound like a genuine, natural speaker.
You know, it is hard to explain.
When something's hard to put into words, you say, "It is hard to explain." Very human and very real.
And people always nod when they hear this. They relate instantly.
Good. Next.
I know what I want to say, I just need a second.
When the thought is there but words are not coming, say it and laugh lightly. Always gets a warm and relatable response.
I say this more than I would like to admit, honestly.
Next one.
Off the top of my head.
When your answer is not fully prepared, you say, "Off the top of my head." It manages expectations and gives you space.
It also means your answer doesn't have to be perfect, and that's okay.
Exactly. Next.
I'm trying to find the right words.
When you're searching mid-thought, you say, "I'm trying to find the right words." People always wait patiently.
It turns the pause into something that actually feels intentional.
Last phrase of today.
Bear with me.
When you need patience from the other person, you say, "Bear with me." Warm, polite, and natural in any situation.
Short, simple, and it always works.
25 phrases, all done.
That was incredible, everyone.
And now, Kevin, let's use as many of these as we can in one real conversation. Imagine someone asks you a big question at work. Let's go.
I love this part. Ready?
Kevin, what do you think the team should focus on this quarter?
Let me see. That's a good question, honestly. Where do I even begin?
Take your time.
Well, the thing is, that depends on what you mean by focus. Can you give me an example?
Sure. Should we focus on new clients or keep the existing ones happy?
I want to make sure I understand you correctly. Are you asking about this quarter only?
Yes, just this quarter.
Okay. To be honest with you, I feel strongly about this. Bear with me for just a second.
Of course.
Off the top of my head, I would say existing clients. But let me think. Yes, existing ones for sure.
That's a great answer, Kevin.
I used about 10 of those just now.
And it sounded completely natural the whole time.
That's exactly how you want to sound. Real, calm, and confident.
Now, before we go, drop a comment below.
We want to know which phrase from today was completely new to you.
Just one phrase. Write it in the comments. We read every single one.
We would love to see which ones you're going to use first.
Thank you so much for watching. See you in the very next lesson.
Bye, everyone. You're doing so much better than you think. Keep going.